Hello friends, today I'm going to be showing you how to play a very cool old fingerstyle blues with the drop D tuning. We're going to walk through the whole thing, find like a basic version of it, and then from there we're going to spicing it up. So as we're getting ready to tune, I want you to know we do new guitar tutorials every single Monday. You can get printable tabs for this lesson by becoming a Patreon. Links are up here in the notes. Additional links in the description if you want some one-on-one lessons. And if you like fingerstyle blues on the guitar, especially kind of different tunings, let me know. Hit a like, it does help us. Let's tune it up. Step 1, get in tune. Our E note needs to drop down a whole tone, which is 2 frets, to a D note. Now this is the same note as your D string, so you should be able to hear octaves here. The rest of the notes, and I used a clip-on tuner as well, so any way you can do it, you make this a D note. This is still A, still D, still G, still B, still E. So the first skill that you're going to need to master is this sound with your bass here. And what I'm doing is I'm palm on the bridge, right here, and I'm alternating my thumb, a muted thumb, from the D string now, it used to be E, to the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to master this skill before you do anything else. Now this is something that you can practice even if you're not tuned in drop D. That's fine. You're just trying to get a feel for that so you can get some independence with your other fingers. So let's make this D7 chord here, and I'm actually not even worried about the high E. Just have my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, index on the 1st of the B. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck the bass and my index finger on the G string at the same time. Index pulling up, bass is coming down. This note is going to resonate more. After that, down with my thumb. 1, 2. 1, 2, and. Middle finger, syncopation on the B string. So that's 1, 2, and. 1, 2, and. 1, 2, and. 1, 2, and. After that, thumb back here. 3, and then 4. So slowly it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now the magic with this is you can do those notes, the treble notes on top, any place that you want. Okay, but it's good to get a couple patterns under your fingers that you're going to use with muscle memory when you're getting started with this. We're actually going to play that pattern 4 times in our first easier version of this blues. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 To the G. Now the G might be the hardest chord because it's not this shape anymore. Because this is no longer a G note, it's an F note. So we have to play a G like this. 5th fret with our ring finger, index finger, 1st fret here, and let that ring finger mute that A string. Now what we're gonna do here is pluck the 2 outside strings, but the thumb doing the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is way too hard, you can just lift this finger up and move that pluck to the B string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you're going to want to get this eventually, so we can add some more movement to it. And we're just going to play through that twice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you got that, we're going to add an open B string to it. We're going to pluck the 2 on the outside, bass, and then on the offbeat, middle finger B string. 1, 2, and. Same rhythm as last time. That's very intentional because as you're learning all these new ideas, it's best to find a rhythm that you're familiar with. When you're introducing new ideas, try to keep the other moving pieces more familiar. So slowly we get 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, back to our D7 shape. Put them together and you get 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Turnaround time. 7, 6, 5. This is an A chord. What you're going to do here is 1 and 2. Thumb, middle, index, and just roll through this chord. 1 and 2. Then we're going to turn this A into an A7, which is moving this note from 7 down to 5, so you get 5, 6, 7. And use the same rhythm. 1 and 2. But this time, because it's the second half of the measure, it's 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Down here, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Same idea over the G. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Boom. Then a nice low D note. Ooh. That's low. That's low, baby. Nice low D. Get your ring finger up to the 7th fret of the other D string. 1. Then you're going to play both them together. 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and do. Ring finger 7th fret, middle finger 6th, index 5th, and the whole time it's 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and from there down to 3, and hammer 4, and follow that this time with the open D instead of at the same time. So it goes do, do. That's a triplet. You want 3 notes there. Triplet, do, do, do. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 pola. Okay, and then we are going to take our G shape here and just walk up to A. Index finger on the 3rd fret of both the E and the B with your middle finger on the 4th. This comes from this traditional bar shape. You could also do just the 2 outside strings, just the 2 at the bottom, just the 2 at the middle. You can experiment with these 3 strings and use any 3 of them or 2 of them or 1 of them that you want. Pluck them all together, up a fret, up 1 more fret. So the turnaround would be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 pola, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 pola, 2, and 3, 4 to the top. Okay, so let's play through this whole basic version together. 1, 2, 3, 4. let's look at how we can make these first 4 measures more interesting. Again, you can do anything you want here, and you do have the 2nd fret of the high E string available if you want it. So let's just make that first measure a little more interesting by starting with 2 and 0, dropping the bass, and doing the syncopation. So far, everything the same. 1, 2, and 3. But on the next and, we're going to play that 2nd fret of the G string one more time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, then, well, let's just do that one more time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Next thing we're going to do is pluck these middle 2. And after we do that, we're going to lift our index finger up and pinch these together on the 2 beat. 1, 2. Then hammer on the and this time. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we get 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third measure is the same as the other ones, just to keep it a little easier. And the 4th one, we're going to go. And we're going to play with this finger down here. We're going to get our ring finger on the 3rd fret. Bass, and then thumb on that D string again. This time we're plucking the G and B together, 2nd and 3rd frets. 1, 2, 3, lift that ring finger up, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 together, we get 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To our G. The next G is going to sound like this. So, starting off, the first measure is the same. Then that pinky is going to get on the 6th fret of that B string. We're going to play that on the 1, down to the bass, then get that pinky over to 5, and play it on the offbeat. 1, 2, and 3. Then lift it up, open B and D together. If this is the case too, you can lift this finger up, because we're not playing that 3rd fret at all. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Back to our basic D. Let's make those 2nd Ds a little more interesting. 5th fret of the G string. I'm going to pluck that at the same time as the low D. This makes a D7. Bass, and then the 7th fret on the same string. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Next section is tricky. What we're going to do after you do that, you're going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then move your index finger up to the 6th fret, ring on the, middle on the 7th fret. That string we were doing earlier, 6th fret of the B, because you're going to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You're going to take them and pluck them together on the offbeat, 1 and. But then your ring finger hammers onto the 7th fret on the 2nd beat. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, bass, index on the G string on the and again, and 4. 1 and, so 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Those 2 together, hardest part. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's try to play through the spiced up version a little bit, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Think about becoming a Patreon. Cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. New guitar every single Monday. We do a lot of blues stuff. Check out the blues playlist. I'm popping it up right here, right about now. And if you made it this far, give a thumbs up. Also, you can tag us at 10thumbspro on Instagram. Love to see you play it. Take care. Have a lovely day. Rock and roll.